Hey guys, it's Katie and Beth.
Hi.
Hi. And so, you know what we're doing. So like every 2 weeks, we're getting live. We both just had this conversation like, do you feel discombobulated today? Because I feel very discombobulated. So raise your hand if you're a mom and you also feel discombobulated because of the holiday season and we still have all the responsibilities we have all year long.
Plus holidays.
More. And cleaning and parties and family, and which is fun, right? It's fun. But anyways, we're kind of both a little bit tired. Don't look.
Yeah. I'm not going to show.
But anyway, hi Nadia. So
Hi,
today
Nadia.
we are talking about the second agreement.
Yes.
On our book, the 4 agreements that we're going through. And again, Beth and I, we're doing this little thing. It's called More Than a Mom. And basically it's just come with us through our journey through self-development and some of the things that we've learned that help make our lives happy. We have happy lives.
Yeah.
So the second agreement is don't take anything personally. Anything.
Super key.
That means if you're walking down the street and somebody says, oh, you're ugly, don't take it personally. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with somebody else. So I think somebody said, who was it? I said it was Beth, but it wasn't Beth. Somebody very smart, like Beth, said to me once, what others think of you is none of your business.
It's true. You don't need that negativity in your life.
Well, right, and here's the thing. I wasn't raised like them. I probably don't have the same beliefs that they have. I don't have the same triggers. I haven't gone through the same experiences. And all of these things shape this little funnel that, okay, information comes into the funnel and it gets sifted because of all of the experiences that we've had or how we've been raised.
We see life through our rose-colored glasses. And that none of our glasses are the same. Because we're not the same, and that's good that we're not the same. But it also means that because we're not the same, you can't make the same judgment calls or assumptions that other people make. Right? We're different. We have different lives, we have different environments, different experiences, and whatever people say has to do, they're coming from their place of being, which is not the same as your place of being.
Exactly. And I don't have to agree with what people think of me. So if I'm walking down the street and somebody says, hey, you're ugly, well, cool, that's what you think, great. I don't think so. Right?
It's easy to get trapped in, like, oh, maybe I am ugly. Like when people say stuff, we doubt ourselves, and we should never doubt ourselves. That is one thing that I am learning is our instincts and our beliefs and our thoughts are personal to us, and we need to cling to those and not to what other people are saying or doing or being.
Is it a level of taking things personally, Beth? Is it a level of selfishness on our behalf?
Yeah, I think so, because we just automatically assume that everything is about us. Or like, if somebody says, hey, you're ugly, who knows? Maybe they weren't even talking to you. Maybe they were talking to the person that's next to you.
Then we're making assumptions.
Right?
We're getting into another agreement
because we assume that it's about us. Jumping ahead.
Totally jumping ahead. You didn't see that. Anyways, think about this. Think about even just, in our community here, not necessarily our moms group because we're all awesome, but in Facebook community as a whole, somebody makes a comment on something you've posted and you could totally take that wrong, right?
Yes.
And then what? And then what does that cause?
And then you get caught up in this weird debate that has absolutely zero importance to your life, and then you stew over it for hours, and you're not present at home with your kids. I'm speaking from experience, by the way. And it really, if you had just let it go and not tried to be right and not tried to convince people to see your way, then life would have been so much more peaceful.
Because we really care about being right in this day and age, don't we?
Yeah, which is silly because opinions aren't right.
Opinions aren't right. And now
they can't be wrong and they can't be right. They just can
They
be.
are. Exactly. Yeah. It's just in all of what you believe. So so we've taken things personally on Facebook, something that somebody commented, whatever, we don't even really know if they're talking about us or not, but all of a sudden we've suffered, like Beth just said, we've gone through emotional anxiety, perhaps mental anxiety. This could have caused, depending on who we are, this could be an all-day affair. And then we've caused...
Sometimes it lasts more than a day. Sometimes it can last weeks and months and years and destroy relationships. I've watched it happen, and it's just heartbreaking that people would let something so silly and insignificant in the grand scheme of life totally ruin their own personal filter.
Totally derail.
Life. Yeah, derail their train, right?
Mm-hmm. Instead of just saying, "Oh, really? You think I'm ugly? Well, that's your feeling. I don't really care because I don't need your what am I looking for?"
Validation?
Exactly. We don't really need to be validated by others. We need to be validated by ourselves.
I think, light bulb, not taking things personally truly hinges on having self-confidence. If you are 100% confident in yourself and your beliefs and your whatever in your life, then anything else doesn't matter because you're too confident to let it touch you.
Exactly. Like, we don't need to rely on others for our happiness or for permission to be, do, or have anything. Mm-hmm. That's all. It's all up to us. It's all here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lastly, in the book, really, I love this chapter in the book, and it really kind of touches on this quite a bit. Is that people are constantly shooting out their poison, they call it, right? Mm-hmm. And so whatever, somebody may be having a bad day and they say something that, again, gives you some sort of a trigger. And if you follow that trigger and take it personally, then you're taking the poison.
Right.
And now that person has given you the poison and it's affecting the both of you, right?
It's like eating Snow White's apple or whatever, It's going to totally set you off your tracks. If you had just said, "No, I'm okay, thanks," then no harm done.
Exactly. I had, this was a really good chapter for me this week because, in fact, it always seems to work out like that.
It is funny.
I had an incident with somebody who I was very close to, who I love very much, still do, and she...
Sorry. Go ahead.
Another thought bubble. Mm-hmm. And she unfortunately has some turmoil in her life, has some things going on in her life, and as humans sometimes do, she completely took it out on me. And had I not... I didn't take it personally, and I just basically blessed her and said, "Hey, you know what, it's your journey, I'm here for you," whatever kind of conversation, and left it at that, and didn't keep engaging in the self-destruction, basically, on her part. Had I taken it personally, though, I probably would have engaged the entire day. That would have affected my business. That would have affected my family. That would have affected my personal space. And I probably would still be dealing with it. And this was, 3-4 days ago. So, great chapter for me, because I chose not to take it personally and to just understand that this is her gig and this is happening because of her decisions that she's made and has really nothing to do with me. I've done my best with this relationship. Because I didn't take it personally, this chapter was sort of like a sign. It was like, yay, you.
Good for you.
Yeah,
yay.
You didn't do it, because
internal high five.
Exactly. Like years ago, I totally would have engaged. I would have pushed back. I would have said things I didn't mean. And no, I stood
defensive and then offensive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just would have been this whole big thing and struggle and suffering that we didn't need that I didn't need to do, that I didn't need to go through.
I think the thought that I had when you were talking and explaining this story of yours, you said you still love her. And I think what we lose so often when we take things personally is love for other people.
Yeah.
And if we just have love for other people, then it's easier to not take things personally.
Exactly.
It's easier to make sure that other people are being taken care of than it is to sit and make it about us, right? Exactly. And it goes back to that selfish thing. When we are unselfish and we are giving of our love freely, things that people say or do can't be about us.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. Think about that as you're traveling through your day.
I know.
Am I more focused on me, or am I focusing on others and situations and taking a step back and looking at them, looking at the situation for what it really is, rather than being offended? You know you're taking it personally if you feel offended.
It's true.
That's
like the biggest
cue,
hint, jab in the gut, whatever you want to call it, that you're taking it personally instead of stepping back and saying, okay, like, you're having your own thing, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and I'm gonna be with the people that want me to be with them.
I didn't at one time during this whole thing get defensive, even though this person was verbally abusive to me for no reason. I didn't do it. I was so proud of myself. Everybody give me a high five. Yay!
Yay! High five!
It was awesome. So, obstacle overcome.
Yay.
Basically. So that is our little session for today. Don't take anything personally. Please interact. Please tell us what you think about the content. Let us know what your questions are.
Share your own stories.
Share your own stories. We together can just continue to better ourselves and therefore create an awesome experience for our kiddos. I had to show you how cute they are because
that's
so
only
cute.
2 of them. I have 3.
She does. And there's a little cute kitten rolling around here somewhere too.
Yeah.
So, what is on the agenda for the next time? So in 2 weeks, we'll be back again.
Is our third agreement.
And the third agreement.
The third agreement is don't make assumptions.
That's intense.
It is.
Actually, all of these 4 agreements completely changed my life, but that one is a really intense one. So for those of you who are following, who are reading the book along with us, I'm excited for us all to get to this next chapter, because we all know I read the book before a couple times.
I believe it was like 445 or something.
444.
444.
The 4 agreements. I'm a dork.
So the 4 agreements, this is what it looks like for any of you who are still searching for it. I think mine was on Amazon for like $5. So if you want to jump in, it's not too late to jump in.
It's not too late at all. It's a pretty easy read.
It is. I think I read
print.
the chapter. I think I read the second agreement in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I have it on tape because I'm a book on tape type girl. So I actually got it off of iTunes for just a couple of bucks, and the whole thing is on tape, which is I'm dating myself.
When you spend
by
a lot of
saying
time in your car,
you know,
it makes sense.
You got to do it.
Yeah, you got to listen to stuff in your car.
So thank you guys. It was awesome chatting with you. Hi Amanda. Hi Kendra. Again, please comments, thoughts, pictures, whatever it is that you want to send us. We love you guys.